Last time on Fun Panthers. In a fight beneath the Bastion, the party leapt into action in the midst of this strange magic siphoning hallway. Immediately, things began to look grim, as Ode and Morak were pulled forward and became trapped by a group of weave-scarred flagellants armed with metal whips and were pinned down by archers. It quickly became apparent that engaging them head-on would be suicide, and Sunny ordered the group back behind the cover of the door and away from the archer fire. With the assistance of Artuk and Sunny, however, both Morak and Ode were able to retreat and hide behind the door with the rest of the party. Kezia, meanwhile, still in the vents, snuck behind the Weave-Scar group and began to work to open the prison where Ernest was last seen. A timely use of the slow spell from Byron and a lucky stunning strike from Ode against a rapidly advancing Inquisitor were what it took to swing momentum back into the party's favor. The archers still proved a serious threat, however, when they were able to strike critically against Artuk and knock him unconscious. Even with Zeka and Byron healing the party, victory was far from certain, and as he fell, Artuk felt the spores he thought he commanded begin to turn against him before Byron was able to rally him back into the fight. Eventually, even in spite of the successful ambush and the hallway hampering their ability to perform magic, the party prevailed and finished off the remnants of the Weave-Scarred Guard. Advancing further, the party descended to the prison ward with Kezia, but not before Artuk left a cohort of summoned magical creatures to guard behind them in case of any reinforcements. As they entered the prison ward, the party wasted no time in finding both Ernest and Gabrielle. Zeka released Ernest with Sunny's assistance, who seemed utterly relieved to see Zeka, but also ragged. Even after some healing to abate light wounds on his body, Ernest was different. All across his body was evidence of experimentation courtesy of Shulsa, and his right arm had been transformed into that of a monstrous, overgrown spider's leg. He explained quickly that this was due to a ritual similar to what changed Zeka's legs to goats, but promised to elaborate more on this later. Kezia and Byron, meanwhile, managed to locate Gabrielle, who seemed dazed but otherwise uninjured. Unlike Ernest, however, she did not want to leave, seemingly trusting Shulsa to help her with her condition, as she put it. The condition, it was later revealed, was an exceedingly rare natural magical talent, and the party spoke to her for some time before eventually convincing her to come with them. Before leaving, the party also released several other prisoners as well. A pyromaniacal woman who called herself Miguel, a restrained woman with pale skin who didn't identify herself, and the corpse of a tortured Johnny Cool Jazz. With that, the party summoned Murray the Djinn, but on opening the bottle, the magic of the lamp seemed altered and more wild for just a moment before he appeared. Murray was, to put it mildly, extremely peeved at the group for their rudeness, and on entering the bottle, they discovered that the interior was thrown into total disarray and chaos. Murray yelled at the party for some time, making a special note to exclude Ode, whom he did not consider rude, and particularly tore into Byron about how little he cared about the bard. At the end of it, he did teleport the party away from the Bastion to a location about 3 miles outside of Harry Magi as they requested, before telling everyone except for Ode they were no longer welcome and disappearing away. With that, the session closed as the party discussed what their next steps would be and what a good solution would be to dealing with Gabrielle.